Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. It's been 5 years, almost exactly, since I started this YouTube channel, since I uploaded my very first video to YouTube. And so today I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about that, about the things I learned, about the things that changed for me, and to maybe just give you a little bit more insight in how it feels to be on this end of the screen. I do want to say that during the past year, I've seen a lot more of these videos of having less than 500 subscribers, but people saying like, I have this small of an audience, but YouTube is changing my life. And I loved watching them for the reason that people are saying like, YouTube can give me so much. Like I'm learning new skills, I'm meeting new people, I'm doing something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm just kind of experiencing something that I've been thinking about for such a long time. And this part of it, I think it's amazing. And so the first thing I do want to talk about is that it's so hard to keep my focus on what I can control. Because I think nowadays especially, but also a few years ago, a lot of people have started YouTube to become famous and to make a lot of money. And this is usually where it's getting really difficult. But then on the other hand, also a lot of people start YouTube to express what they've been wanting to talk about, to do their art, to learn video skills, to share something they've been learning a lot about, or to share something they're good at, or to find like-minded people. And it was similar for me, and it's still what drives me, what makes me want to share videos. I'm most excited about the videos where I think like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to know what you think about this. I want to try to put these thoughts into a coherent video. And I think it can be beneficial for other people watching. And I think this needs to be said. And I think this is like an important part of a bigger discussion. These are the videos that are important to me. These are the videos that I'm excited about. These are the videos that are easy to make. And that I think the reason why I'm having this YouTube channel, why I'm making videos. On the other hand, when we start YouTube, and I think sometimes we can't see that from the outside maybe, and only once we've started, maybe also once we're monetized or once we have set our eyes on monetization, there are a lot of more other influences. So instead of focusing on what do I want to say next? What do I want to create next? What is important? How can I contribute to a discussion? We start thinking about like, which videos would earn me more money? Which videos could earn me more clicks? What is trending right now? How did people react to my past videos? What should I do more of so that more people will watch, more people will comment, more people will subscribe so that I can get monetized, that I can earn a lot of money? And it's tricky because while it is already difficult sometimes to determine what the things are that we want to talk about and how to talk about them, it's almost impossible to guess all of the variables and all of the things that come into picture or that are important when we try to make a viral video. So yes, sometimes from the outside it looks like, oh, she just needs to make videos about this. This will get her a lot of views. It doesn't feel that easy when you're making the videos. And even if you're successful with that, it's not as great as we want to make ourselves believe. Because I think that is something a lot of creators realize after some time. When videos go viral, a lot of people start pouring in that are not actually interested in the content, that are not actually interested in me or the things I'm saying, or that aren't like loyal subscribers or anything. And there are these weird comments and things happen that we maybe don't want. So viral videos in the end might not even be beneficial for the YouTube channel in the long run. They can also confuse the algorithm and make a ton of people come to my videos that are not interested in all of my other content. But that gets a bit technical. So the thing I really wanted to say is that I try so hard, and I think it's one of the most important things, to stay authentic, to try to create the content that I want to create. Now, of course, I can take into account algorithms, trends, what people liked in the past and things like that, but we cannot not think about the things that are important to us. But I need to keep making the content that I want to make instead of following a certain trend, algorithm, or path that YouTube wants me to take, maybe, because otherwise it's just not gonna turn out great in the end or after a few years. And this for me means refocusing again and again and again on the things that I can control. I can control the topics of the videos. I can control the length. I can control how often I publish. I cannot control how many people will see this video. I cannot control how people will react and how much money I'm gonna earn, what people will think about it. But I can focus on making a good video that I like, that I'm interested in, that I hope you will enjoy watching. Another thing I learned through the past 5 years of creating content, and honestly, of course, trying to grow my channel and trying to make it successful, because it is a lot of work, and the possibility to earn money from it, I think, is a valuable thing, and it's a valid thing to strive towards and to try to make work as a job, as a side job, as a main job. But I realized how incredibly toxic the creator economy can be. Now, on one hand, it is because of all of these factors that you cannot control, and so you feel a bit lost and overwhelmed when things, you just put in the same amount of work and it turns out completely differently, or you're trying harder and it turns out worse, things like that. But then there are other aspects that also make it really, really hard to stay sane as a creator. I think there's this thing of like consistency and more uploads being better. And now, yes, that might be true, but we are humans. And unfortunately, YouTube gurus and people advising other people on how to do YouTube, they tell you that. And it's true. And sometimes they remind you that you should take breaks, yes. But you should stay consistent. You should not miss an upload. You should upload regularly, and you should always have fresh content. You should have optimized videos. Every single video should be 1% better. You need to stay on track, and you cannot, you need to get better. You need to have more. You need to be bigger. All of these things that just are not compatible with human nature as far as I feel it's true. It just does set me up for disaster of some kind, because there is the point where I'm exhausted. There is the point where I don't have new ideas. There is the point where I need to take a break. There is a point where I need to miss uploads, where I am not maybe as consistent as I want to be. And I've been very, very, very consistent over the 5 years I've published YouTube videos. But I'm not sure that that has always been the best idea. Because then, of course, it should also be like quality over quantity and these things. And I'm not sure I could always value that, because I've valued consistency, I think, over quality over quantity. And that makes me sad. And on the other hand, I think it's kind of important to be consistent, and all algorithms we don't know, and it's hard to know. And the other toxic part is the whole story of you will make it if you just stay consistent. Because that's the other thing. Yes, you should be consistent, and these are the things you should do, and this will make your channel better and grow and more money and all of these things. But the story that's told repeatedly, the story that the creator economy, or more so the creating content about creating content economy lives on, is making us believe that we will all succeed at one point. You will succeed, you will be a millionaire if you just keep going, if you just put in more work, hustle more, exploit yourself more, be more creative, use more tools, pay more money for help, for editors, for tools, buy more expensive gear, just stay consistent and work, because you will be successful if you just keep going. And honestly, I don't think that's true. And I've kind of had to learn this the hard way. Not the hardest way, but the thing is that it did work. And while now I'm pretty sure that was a lot of luck involved, back then I thought like, yes, my consistency is paying off. Now I'm going viral. And my channel grew so much during some months. And then over the past few years, it just kind of slowly went down and more down and more down. And I'm not sure it's ever gonna be more successful again. Like, I'm still growing in subscribers, but my view count is not consistently growing. And the money I'm making is consistently getting less. And I've had to start another job again after being self-employed with my YouTube channel for 3 years. And coming from this mindset, believing that yes, everyone will be successful if they just keep grinding, it did make me feel like a failure a little bit, until I realized that that is a toxic mindset that's not true. Like, of course, your chances are higher that you will succeed if you put in more work, if you learn more, if you publish more and things like that. And then on the other hand, there's just no guarantee. There's no guarantee, and it's not a bad thing, because it's life, I think. This kind of success that depends on algorithms and likes and advertisement and things like that, it just cannot be guaranteed, and you cannot, like, there's no foolproof method of doing it. And there are some cheat sheets, yes. But at least for me, they do not work together with this first point that I made of like, I need to still create the videos that I want to make. And so I learned that the messages the creator economy is telling young creators, fresh creators, of what they need to do, and then they will succeed like 100%. I think it's very toxic, and it can hurt more than it helps, because I think it fosters burnout and self-doubts and like toxic hustle culture behavior that we don't need in this space that is creative. Like, it's not only creative, but it has so much creativity, and that makes it even harder, because creativity is so fluctuating. It's so hard to grab it and keep it here and force it. And so I think the way that creators are encouraged to like build their business is not really something we should listen to, or we should at least keep in mind that it's not everything, and that we are human beings, and that algorithms and all of these things we cannot control, and that success is not inevitable, and that views and money is not something we can guarantee. It's not as safe as a job, as other jobs, and all of these things. But then there's this one thing that I also want to talk about that I think is so important. And that is that it's the most important thing. If you want to make this a career, if you want to do this for a long time, is make it sustainable. And I'm very much talking to myself here, not only to you, because I'm not even sure if you are someone with a YouTube channel, if you want to start one, or if you just enjoy watching my videos. So the thing that I'm trying to do above all, I think, is make YouTube, for me, like, make it sustainable. Sustainability, of course, is important to me when we talk about human rights and like the environment, but here I really mean the more so economic term of like, I want to be able to do this for a long time. And it's so hard to do that, because it feels like I was encouraged, especially in the beginning, to just push more, to hustle more, and with the promise that at some point maybe I can slow down. But then when following other creators, they burn out on a regular basis. And I'm pretty sure that so many like big creators have never slowed down, that they maybe also thought in the beginning of like, now I just need to keep going until monetization, then it's going to be easier. And then I just need to keep going until I make like a solid, I don't know, 10,000 a month. And then they have employees, and then they think, well, I need to keep going until like the payrolls and everything is secure. And then they think I need to keep going until I'm a millionaire, and I don't know, things like that. But I'm nowhere near that. I've never been. And I always thought like, let's just keep pushing for now. So I started with publishing 2 videos a week. Actually, honestly, in the beginning I wanted to do 1 video a week, but then I thought, oh, let's publish the next one because otherwise like views might go down. And then I thought like, oh, let's just keep this 2 videos a week going. And then at some point I thought, let's add in a 3rd video a week because more videos equals more views equals more money, and I need to make this a secure job. I want to be able to live off this. And I still totally understand this idea, but on the other hand, it did burn me out. It did cause me a lot of stress. And luckily, I saw the signs. I realized that my creativity was stretched. And so I never pushed myself until I kind of broke down or anything like that. But I like stepped on a brake and I decided to upload less. And I've been uploading less, and I've been getting less views and less money and less success. But that was in order to protect my mental health. If I haven't like slowed down on uploads, then maybe I wouldn't do YouTube now because it would have burnt me out. Or I would be severely stressed, not creative, not happy. And I'm still trying to do the same thing, not only with uploads, but I'm realizing that certain topics that might do well are not the things that I'm most excited about, or are not the things that I can double down on and create content on for the next 10 years. For example, minimalist wardrobe videos or extreme minimalism videos did do well on my channel, and I think they still do, and sometimes I make them. Like my last video was about sustainable minimalist wardrobes. And that's fine, it's still something I'm really interested in, but I cannot, like if I would follow what the algorithms, what the numbers are telling me, I would be making only videos about extreme minimalism, shaving my head, not buying anything, and minimalist wardrobes. I can't, like that's not what I'm excited about. I want to make these other videos, and sometimes I make videos that I already know will perform bad. But in order to make sure that I want to do this for another 10 years, now I cannot guarantee anything. Maybe I'm gonna stop making YouTube videos in 6 months, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe in 50 years, maybe it's gonna be on off. I mean, I don't know what the future will bring, but I want to set myself up for the possibility of doing YouTube for the rest of my life. And in order to do that, I need to find something that feels good. And I need to listen to myself, I need to not burn myself out, and I need to adapt and refocus and adjust the kind of videos I make. Because since this is not strictly a business, I'm not following what the numbers are telling me to do. This is my YouTube channel, a person's YouTube channel, and therefore I need to follow what my heart tells me to do, what I want to create, and what my interests are as well. And that's not the wisest business decision, and it's not strictly a hobby because I still do earn money with this, but I think it's kind of the balance I want to go for, which makes this a sustainable thing to do. Because I'm not sure I would do this if I wouldn't earn a cent. But then also, I'm 100% sure I'm not doing this just for the money, because then I would do other stuff, I would be more stressed, and I'm still not sure it would succeed. And now the last thing that has to do with that I do want to say is that it was so interesting to see how YouTube changed for me when it became my job, and then when it was not my full-time job anymore. So as you might know, I did YouTube for approximately a year, and then I was done studying, and at the same time my YouTube channel kind of blew up, small scale blew up. And I thought like, yes, let's just do this full time. Let's not get a job, let's do YouTube. And I did put a lot of work in, and I did sponsorships, and I tried to grow my channel, tried to bring in more income streams, and tried all the tips and tricks that people had, while still, of course, trying to do it in a way that felt good to me. But I pushed these boundaries a little bit. I did stuff that was not 100% comfortable, but I thought like, oh, it's a business now, I need to follow these things, and I totally get why I did that. But honestly, it didn't make me happy, and it didn't bring in as much money as I wanted. So I realized about a year ago that this is not gonna be sustainable because I'm not having enough money and I'm not having the fun I'm supposed to have with this channel, which made me apply for another job, for a social work job, because that's what I studied. And honestly, it was a great decision. Now I still do have even less time for YouTube, yes. And maybe it shows, and maybe I can't put in as much work anymore. And I definitely don't really do any sponsorships anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm never going to do any sponsorships again in the future, but that also is reflected, of course, in the amount of money I make. So even though this is like a side business, side job now, it makes a lot less money than it did when when I started it as a side job, and I thought I was just going to continue it the way I was running it. But that's what I mean. Like, I need to make sure that this can go on. I need to make sure that it's something I'm excited to do. And it's been so amazing to see that since I make enough money from my social work job to survive, I can focus again on the things that I want to do. Now, I would lie if I said that I do not care at all about the numbers, because I mean, it's nice to see that something resonates with you, that a lot of people like it, a lot of people comment, and a lot of people find it helpful. And so I still, of course, do try to take into account the numbers, the trends, the things, creating things that I hope you will like. But as I said before, the most important thing is to also make sure that it's something that I want to do, that it's sustainable, that I can see myself doing it for the next 10 years, that I focus on the stuff that I can control, and that I don't give in to all the toxic things that are said about starting a YouTube channel, running a YouTube channel, hustling more, and I don't know, tricking the algorithm or something like that. Because I'm a human being and I want to stay a human being, and you are human beings, and you are choosing to spend your time with my video, and I'm so grateful for that. So this was kind of my ramble about my YouTube channel, about the past 5 years. And I think at this point, I just do want to really say thank you so much for being here, because you've watched this video until the end. It's not really something that I upload usually, and you are the reason why I have this channel. Because without an audience, yes, I mean, you can have a YouTube channel, but it's so much more fun. It lives because of you, because of the people that choose to watch my videos, that choose to watch almost all of my videos, that choose to watch the videos for this long, and that choose to leave a thumbs up, a comment, things like that. So thank you so much, and I do hope you had a good time listening to me rambling, and I do hope you're staying around for the future of this YouTube channel. So let's see what it's gonna bring. I'm so glad I started a YouTube channel 5 years ago. I learned so much. It was one of the most exciting years I had being self-employed with my YouTube channel. But then on the other hand, also, it was one of the most stressful years because of fluctuating incomes and the uncertainty of it all. I'm absolutely not mad that I don't do this full time anymore, because I think I found a new balance that's just good for me, and that will guarantee that this YouTube channel can go on into the future. And so I think we can just make decisions that come to us right now and that are important right now, and that's what I'm doing right now. The decision is to just continue, because I'm pretty happy with how it's going, and we'll see what the future brings. Thank you so much for watching. I do want to also let you know that there's Patreon, where you can get an extra podcast episode every single week. But then also I do want to link to another video that you can check out now. And I hope to see you there in my next video, and otherwise somewhere else, someone else, at some other point in time, maybe in the past, because you're watching other YouTube videos of me on my channel. It's enough now. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.